Warning, this video is intended for audiences who are 13 or older. If you are not 13 or older, please fuck off and tell your parents to moderate what you watch online.
Tariq, hey.
Hey, William, hey.
Hey.
Hey, you're back.
Yeah,
William.
I know, I'm back.
But the audience doesn't know because these are special videos. Like the sort of Logos Saga, this is a special video, so it's not part of the main canon, alright?
Well,
this is a spin-off.
It's a spin-off, canon, right?
It's part of the main canon, but like everything in Saber, it's all jumbled up and mixed up and just delivered in a completely chronologically asynchronous format.
So what you're telling me is basically Saber, the main series that we're watching, is basically the Krabby Patty pizza, and this is our Diet Dr. Kelp. Is this what it is?
Boy, wow, that's what we wanted in this—a fucking SpongeBob reference.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I felt like it had to be done.
No. The main series is the Krabby Patty, and this is the SpongeBob pizza.
This is okay. So where's my Diet Dr. Kelp then? Where is it?
Hey, no, shut up. So you're just gonna take this pizza and you're gonna I'm gonna shove it down your throat, alright? Oh, it's long, hot, and sticky all over, alright?
Pepperoni pizza. Sticky. I'll give you the sausage. Do you wanna give me a tip? I know you don't have money.
Jesus.
Hey, here's the thing about this special.
Yeah.
A lot of it is footage that already exists, right? I thought it was all gonna be 100% new footage. No, a majority of this is just footage they already had, and they just have to film around that. It's insane.
Well,
it's insane how much stuff they have to film to make the other stuff they already filmed to make sense.
Oh, okay. I mean, I don't know, man. It's fucking confusing as not confusing. It's fucking wild as shit is what I meant to say.
Yeah, like the amount of stuff that they have to explain because they haven't explained within the actual series, right? Is crazy, right?
Yeah, honestly. I mean, we can get it. We are.
I know, but there's also some scenes. There's also some scenes because I'm watching it over with the beginning part with the flashback, and it's like. I think some of them were filmed recently because it looks like it was filmed in the winter.
Oh yeah, basically you see, what was his character's name? Fukumiya? You see him
Kento's dad.
Yeah. There's like some cold air that he's expelling when he's talking to
so it just looks like... It looks like this was like an oops, we don't have time to film this in the regular series. We're gonna have to like make this a special thing, but we also haven't filmed it at all yet, so we're gonna just do this. Yeah. Oops, we forgot to do the backstory episode.
Obviously, it's like they didn't plan for any of this stuff. They're forced to write it in. And you have to
I mean, we've had. Did we have that discussion before about the fact that they had to include like important details that's outside of the main story?
Yeah,
they do that all the time. But here's the thing. But they eventually include them in the main story, all right?
They eventually.
All right. So for Kamen Rider, William, right? Since you're the newbie, right?
Yeah.
Right. Usually for like details like this, it's all included in the main media. All right. Like the general thesis, like if you have stuff like this, since this revolves on so many side characters, right? Right. Since so many side characters, they don't have this many side characters within the given media to do their own spin-off, right? Like, they'll focus on one side character and give them that character their own spin-off media, and they call it a day. Like, what's this? Like, hey, who's this child that Matt Gates is hanging around with? What's her backstory? Let's do the spin-off media involving the kid that Matt Gates is meeting, alright? Like, but within the main media, the kid, you'll see the kid that Matt Gates is meeting up with, you're like, alright, that's the kid. Do I need to know that kid's backstory? Maybe yes, maybe no. And then they announce it.
Okay, Jesus. But wait, so you're saying
we need to know what the tuition is for.
Oh my god. Fuck.
What were the $300 payments for him? One is for school, and then titties. I mean, school.
But so what you're telling me is that this is what we're seeing here with the sort of logo spin-off and everything. It's like it's the exception, not the rule.
I mean, it's typically better structured.
There's so much mess. There's so much mess within the main series, right? To the point where they have to film this stuff, right? Normally, it would be, if there's gonna be a spin-off something, it's expansive, but not in a way that that something was already missing. Like, these are filling in gaps versus expanding the already complete product that they have. Like Saber has fucking plot holes. These are meant to plug those up.
normal Kamen Rider series, the better ones have been like, okay, we've got this. And then if we want to give somebody a special form on the side, okay, they get their own little story arc. Oh, maybe we give you a little bit more backstory on this character or what their life was like or blah, blah, blah. Give them something to do after the main story and finishes up, or maybe something they did before the main story started. Cool, fine, whatever. Yeah. But, like, it wasn't so vital that the plot couldn't operate or be explained without it. Okay, this is like, there was, other than the remaining 6 to 12 episodes left of Saber. I don't think it's going to be 12. It's probably going to be a 45-episode series or whatever. But other than the remaining episodes that Saber has, there has been no given true explanation of why any of this shit is going on. And even within this backstory, it's not very good of an explanation that they give for a lot of these things.
But they just answer more. They just put in more questions. Like, did you guys know the Zaz was alive back then? Right?
Yeah. Well, we knew. Yeah. Well, no, we knew that because he was showing up.
We knew that.
We knew that.
We knew that because Buster was like, when Buster saw him, he was like, "Oh fuck, that guy from 15 years ago."
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
He mentioned running into him, and so it's like
Buster was the first one to go. Buster was the first one to say, like, I'm gonna fight.
When you have the character of Disaster who's so underutilized in the show, I forgot what his actual story is in the show.
I don't think he's just plugged in and just to cause whatever, and it's like they don't know what to do with him.
He's not explaining. They have to use the special to explain. Like, it's like so much, like, his character is so underutilized, I actually forgot his character in the show a majority of the time.
I still remember the hinting where it's like, oh yeah, we put a whole bunch of books in this guy, and he's just like, whatever. And I still remember. Oh yeah, there's also what's the fucking? How do you pronounce it? Charybdis or whatever you fucking call it.
Charybdis.
Charybdis?
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's the whole Charybdis Megiddo. There's Second Sophia that story is made.
Yeah. I forgot about that. Jesus fuck.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of stuff.
You would remember that if you had been on our most recent episode of our weekly unnamed discussion series, where Austin, a person with pretty decent knowledge of Kamen Rider, talks about Kamen Rider. That's you, Austin, and it talks about it with William, a person with very little knowledge of Kamen Rider, basically nothing. That's you, William, and who has a truancy record that could put most delinquents to shame. While followed by your special guest, Tariq, that's me. I know some things about Kamen Rider series. I like the ones that are good, and not the ones that are bad. I have a life to live.
Oh, so that's what truancy means. I didn't know that was what truancy meant. Huh. Okay.
Like the sword of Logos Saga, you learned something, alright?
Yeah.
Sure.
It all connects, alright?
Sure. You'd think that for someone who works at a school, you'd understand what truancy meant.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But
so we open up with Isaac, second Master Logos, giving backstory to the world.
Yeah, right? Jack White back at it again. Universe
happens. Yeah, just revealing everything about the story in case we didn't know it before. Right, and then we find out 17 years ago. Second Sophia first Sophia was made back then. Right now that we know she's like some weird robot thing that exists.
No, she's not a robot. She's just an artificial life form. Yeah. They don't explain like she's. Is she like Frosty the Snowman? Is she just like a magical being made out of light? Like. If you take off her tiara, does she fucking crumble into dust and, like, the kids cry?
Yeah, we see the previous generation of all the other characters, and we get more characters. Once again, like always.
Actually, okay. These are actually ones that we've seen, because we... Yeah.
We haven't seen all of these new characters. Mostly, some of these are actually new introduced characters. Like at least, this is the first time we're seeing the Espada and Kenza.
No, actually, there was. Oh God, I don't remember what episode it was.
Because we know Daimi Joe.
We know Daichi Kamijo. We know old Blades because we've seen Rintaro's flashback, but I'm pretty sure there's a flashback where they're shown like for literally like a second, like all the spot in Kenzan, which is interesting though because we were literally just talking about whatever the fuck was going on with Ren and like his teacher just instilling him fucking like
that was my problem with this
fascist tactics. But I'm guessing that it just means that there's been way too many like the Israeli presidential election. There's been way too many Kenzans in the last few years, and maybe now we can finally have a Kenzan that's going to just stay put and be there and not cause destruction in the Middle East. But who knows?
Apparently, within 17 years, there's been 3 Kenza that has taken up that spot, which is insane.
A little confusing too.
Yeah. Well, you know, ask the Israeli political scene about confusing.
Yeah. So so Daishinji is joins the team now, right? He's like, okay, I'm here now.
Yeah.
Don't question why I don't age. It is 17 years.
Well, Buster's the real one that like should have aged because he looks like a 40-year-old man then, and he can't look like a 40-year-old man 17 years later. That's just not that's too good of genes. At least with Tetsuo, it kind of makes sense because it's like, okay, if he's literally just started, like, then, alright, he's mid-30s right now. He's might have aged a bit in that time. But, like, you know, the fucking, like, Buster looking the exact same, like, even the first Saber, like, he looks significantly younger in this. And that's whatever the power of movie magic is. By just taking away the salt and pepper in his beard and shit. Also, every time I see Kento's dad in this, it's fucked up, but he kind of looks like either... I know we have Japanese Jack White, but now we have Japanese Kenny G. Just going around creeping on kids and like seeing the future and being scarred for life.
Once again, Kuriyama the sword once again telling the future. And look, here's the thing that this thing taught me, right? Watching the Sword Logos and watching Saber happen, the Logos organization needs an HR department.
It needs an HR department.
Needs an HR.
Yeah, it needs an HR department other than just talking to your boss and him gaslighting you.
Yeah, like it's crazy how all these problems could be solved if they went to HR, right? Like hey, Janet, Janet, I saw the future being destroyed again. You want to write this in your report?
I think I'm gonna say I think HR was the 4 sages, and then they just got rid of that department, and that's why this
okay. Hold on. This is my thing, right? So they brought up the whole 4 sages thing, and then he was just like, I killed them. Have they just been dead since 17 years ago?
Probably, yeah.
Because it makes me think that they just haven't been alive. But the idea that all of these fucking people, like Sophia comes up and she's like, I've assembled all the swordsmen, and I've brought our newest member. Nobody's like, shouldn't the sages meet them? Nah, fuck it. Hey, don't ask questions. Yeah, hey, it's me, Jack White. You can trust me. It's all good.
Yeah, but it's like, honestly, they just threw in the sages and they got rid of them so quickly. They don't even matter to the fucking plot. Like, they don't add anything at all.
They added screen time.
Part 2.
Yeah, they gave him
screen time in there.
Logos Part 2, alright?
They gave him like 5 seconds of screen time.
Oh, wait, you're an idiot. Those 5 seconds of screen time.
Yeah, but a solid like 2 minutes of conversation.
Yeah.
But a solid 2 minutes of conversation, because there's the minute that we had of them mentioning the sages, and then we had the minute of Rintaro going, where are the sages? And then Isaac saying, I killed them, lol JK, there never were any sages.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just like...
Joke's on you, the sages were a lie.
Yeah, the sages were just really I don't like that they just mentioned it and they're thrown away. I know that they're probably going to be expanded upon in part 2.
Yeah, I know. Explain everything.
Yeah, I know. But you know how that makes me feel? Look, Austin, you know how that makes me feel? That's practically The Last of Us Part 2 when you kind of like expand the story on the one surgeon dude, okay?
Look, you gotta understand. So Kamen Rider Saber is in the cycle right now, right?
I swear to God.
It's the cycle of revenge, some would say, right?
You're not wrong, except it's not revenge, it's a cycle of whatever the fuck kind of battle they're doing, where it's like they're fighting against Megiddo, I guess?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Also, speaking of an HR department, I don't know. I feel like maybe one of the previous wielders of fucking Kuriyami should have written down in a notebook and submitted it to HR. Hey, this is what my sword does. Everybody has to, like, when they show up to the first day of camp, say, hey, my name is blah, blah, blah. I have this sword, and this is what it does. Instead, he's, like, getting fucking future visions, just, fucking streaming into his head all the time, getting PTSD from the future.
So Kuriyama
actually he has pre-traumatic stress disorder.
That's accurate,
right? Because Kuriyama has existed for 2,000 years, right?
Yes.
You think like for the last 2,000 years, no single wielder has spoke about it? Like they think.
Yes,
what was that?
Every other fucking user has just seemed schizophrenic to every other fucking Sword of Logos member.
It's actually insane if you think about it.
Yeah, it's fucking wild that it's never been talked about. I mean, remember when they were like, we don't know what the fuck the Kuriyami sword is. It's a sword of mysteries. Oh, but we do know that it can slice dimensions.
When did he say? Did he ever say that? I don't remember him saying that.
Back when they were trying to fucking figure out how to beat second Caliber. Before Kento was Caliber. They were like, God. I don't know how to do... It's like, what do we do? I don't know. The fucking Kuriyami sword is very special. And it was like, oh, cool, its name is Kuriyami, I guess. Oh, cool, it can cut dimensions? Fuck it.
Oh, God, yeah, okay.
And then it fucking can absorb fucking bodies and souls and goddamn... keep them in
fuck.
Deep freeze.
Yeah. Also, I guess we were partially correct on that theory making that we did beforehand. Now, huh? Since they can basically confirm with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean.
Hey, here's my next theory.
Again, it's just.
Will we see an HR department in part 2?
No,
right?
no. Again, I'm telling you, the 4 stages were the HR department, but then the Master of Logos was like, nah, we don't need HR anymore, and just killed them off.
I'm not gonna read all these reports.
Yeah, I can't. You can't report me to HR if I fire HR.
Yeah, and fire, he means, kill. But, I mean, or whatever he does.
Well, hey, firing squad, HR.
So Dai Shinji becomes new sound. Everyone goes hanging out at the northern base. Once again, it turns out 17 years ago, still no table at the northern base. They just have chairs circle around, right?
Yeah.
It's just so awkward and funny just seeing people sitting there, right?
I don't know, man.
Like, just have a bunch of chairs in a circle and that's it. You don't even have, like, a work table, right?
Yeah.
Just imagine just saying... It was just so funny how there's just like this weird, it's just circle like that. But don't worry. So then was it Fukuyami? I believe is Kento's dad's name.
Fukamiya. Yeah, Kento's
Fukamiya is like, Fukamiya. He's like, I'm seeing the future again. I'm seeing. Should I report this to HR? Probably not. Just ignore it. And then he explains
he just pulls the Rintaro and he's like, I'm seeing that the masters might be the problem. I should go talk to the master about that. You fucking dumbass. You absolute moron. Just talk to anybody. Just talk to literally anybody else. Like, tell somebody. Like, God, so fucking wild.
Yeah. And then there's hold on. There are 3 time skips within this media. Do you guys notice that? There are 3 actual time skip within this. So we have 17 years ago.
There's 17. There's 17 years ago. Then there's 2 years past.
And then there's the present, which is insane. How much time skip we have to do? Yeah. So then I keep forgetting these characters' name. Kamijo and Fukamiya are training in the.
Just name them by the. Yeah, you can just say it by the.
Yeah, and then
in the middle of winter, also in the middle of a public park, in a metal. No, they're like shitty. I think they're supposed to be like shitty metal sword, like training swords. The fact of the matter is, they have like a hyperbolic time chamber, but instead they decide to go out in the park and LARP in front of everyone. This is not a secret society that defends the world from hidden dangers. This is a bunch of fucking weeaboos out there in the park with swords, slashing at each other and going, Henshin! And then, I'm not even sure that there was an actual threat until fucking, Kento's dad went, I'm gonna go release all the Megiddo. Because they said he took all the altar books that fucking had all the Megiddo in them. So he's the one that released them all. Like, what the fuck were they doing?
For the last 2,000 years, right? It's just so crazy that they're just, like I said, it's really that they're just doing this out in public. It makes no sense for them to do it out in public with metal pipes. The best part is definitely the fact that they're using metal pipes. They're not even using stuff like wooden swords or any stuff like that, like actual trade.
Yeah.
They're just straight up using metal pipes, right?
Yeah.
It's just, I just can't get over the fact they're using metal pipes. But yeah. So Fukumi is like, hey, what do you think about the future? You know, you think you can change the future, right? And then Kamijo's like, yeah, you can. You know, you just gotta believe in it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Believe it. That's
oh god, yeah. That's basically.
So that's how you know this episode is actually time accurate when when Blades, I think that's Blades, or is that Espada? No, Espada.
Which one are you talking about?
When they all take the picture, I'm pretty sure that's Espada, right?
Oh yeah. Espada takes the picture for the other three.
Yeah, the best part, you know how this act was, they're using those old fucking cameras, right? That's how you know that this time.
Well, that's what they can afford. That's what they can afford. Yeah. That's what they can afford.
Yeah, they can't afford a table, but they can afford a camera.
No, they found a camera. They found a camera.
Found the camera. Jesus. It's even
at a pawn shop.
They found that camera and that tripod. They went to an antique store where a guy tried to sell them model kits. They're like, no, we just need a tripod and a camera.
Jesus fuck.
He's like, no, but like, don't you want to join the girl gunfight? And he went, the fuck is a girl gunfight? And then he pulled out his stupid weeb sword. He's like, oh, I see, you're already involved.
God.
Yeah, so I guess it's around the part when Sora's about to be born, which doesn't make sense.
No, he's saying that he says no, because Ogami's like, oh no, I would never make a good parent. Which accurate. You're right.
Yeah, I know.
It's still true.
That's part.
But then he goes, but they ask him if he's expecting. He's like, no, I'm not. No. So this is before. Sora wasn't even a twinkle in his father's sperm sack at this point in time. He's just he was just not even a real thing. Because, I mean, the kid's like maybe 8, so it would be another, right? It would be like another 7
all right, new theory, years. Miscarriage, alright? Sora had a...
Woo! No. Woo, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a spicy take. You had a brother, but, oops.
Jesus.
Mommy started hitting the sauce again.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Fuck. Oh yeah, how's that manga spin-off going now that I think on it?
Hey, I wouldn't know that if Megadex wasn't taken down, alright?
I mean, you can always look up...
Oh man, they got the subtitles for... They got...
Yeah?
I was gonna say, well, man, they're getting the subs for the Kamen Rider manga too. John Toei truly is unstoppable.
Jesus fuck.
Yeah, so then second Ken, so original Kenza and Espada go trace in a time chamber, right? Instead of going to a public park.
Yeah. They're like, hey, this is the right place to do it. We shouldn't do this in public.
we have this area for a reason, right?
Yeah.
We should use
to
it,
hyperbolically train.
Yeah. It's just insane, right? Like, so that park scene was completely unneeded, that setting, because they just go to the time chamber in this episode, or in this part. But so Espada gives him the photo. Hey, by the way, that photo developed real quickly, by the way. I just want to point that out. Like, he took that photo right away.
Hey, it's the power of that's the power of Northern Base and magic. And book magic.
No, this is Southern Base because they have the table. This is Southern Base. Remember, Northern Base does not have a table. Southern Base does for some reason. For some reason,
you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. So they take the photo and everything, right? By the way, the first Espada, terrible camera person. Holy shit. He does not know set rate whatsoever, right? Because fucking Fukamiya is so off away from the other two, right? Like, that is such a bad composition of picture, right?
Yeah.
If he was in a media lesson, alright, his teacher will go on him for this. That's not how you take a photo. No one is center, right? And you have a guy that's standing all the way off to the side of the photo.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I mean, you know, they're trained swordsmen. They're not trained photographers. That's for sure.
Oh, you're right. All right, yeah. So then Fukumi has another depression vision.
Yeah.
Right. He's like,
better go confront the man himself. Better go confront the man himself.
Mm-hmm.
So he just fucking shows up and he decides to lets himself get gaslit like a fucking idiot. And just I don't know how he.
It's the best part how he talks is he talks about, oh yeah, you're the one that kills the like here's the thing, if someone were to come at me and tell me, oh yeah, you're gonna create the god book and kill everyone else, right? Of course no one's gonna admit to that. Nobody's gonna admit to doing that.
Also, he didn't really not admit to it. He said, well, I don't think I'm gonna do that, but if I did, wouldn't that probably be a good idea? Because we'd have to destroy the world to fix it again. You know, we might have to do that. And and then he goes, you know, that is a good point, Master Logos. And he's like, great. Why don't you rest and just listen to what Big Daddy Isaac has to say, and don't tell your parents that I'm sending you these messages. No, those tuition payments are for you.
It really frustrates me how easily just like fucking Fukumi just kind of falls for that. It took like two minutes.
This season is very big on gaslighting, alright? Everyone just goes along with it, alright?
Yeah.
This is what I can tell you. This is what happens when you don't have an HR department, okay?
Yeah, pretty much. You need HR to set things straight.
So Isaac was like, no, that's not gonna happen, you know, right? I was like, don't worry, we will save the world, alright? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about your vision of destruction. Just listen to me, alright? Even though in your vision of destruction you saw me destroying the world, believe me, alright? I'm the most trustworthy.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, I know you've been getting fucking bombarded by your fucking sword with a bunch of fucking nightmares, but here you go. You can trust me.
It's so crazy how he just believes it. Yeah, so he believes it. He's like, okay.
Also, didn't they say that they weren't quite sure? Also, didn't they say before that they weren't quite sure what Master Logos looked like? I feel like they had said that not everybody knows what Master Logos looks like.
Oh, did they? Oh, fuck.
Really?
I just feel like he was supposed to be a mysterious character that, like, not everybody knows. Like,
well, hey, if only he had some sages that spoke in his place, right? So that way he could hide from the shadows.
Or if only that were even remotely accurate, because literally every fucking new member seems to get introduced to him, except for Toma, because he didn't officially join the fucking organization, I guess. But, like, I don't know.
It's just so crazy how fast this stuff happened.
Yeah, a lot of things just kind of happen, you know. There's no, like, they set some things up, but they don't really, follow through.
Oh, well, who would have thought that that's what Saber's doing?
Yeah, well, you know.
So Isaac's telling you, don't worry about it. I'm not gaslighting you. It's all good, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's all good.
Yeah, you can trust me.
Good. Yeah. So then he goes back. He talks to everyone like, all right, hey guys, don't worry about it. I'm not being gaslit. I'm not seeing vision of destruction, All right, and I'm just an everyday
Everything's
guy,
fine. I'm just quietly freaking out in the corner and like staring off into space and like twitching every now and then. It's totally not like related to the sword or anything.
Like, it's actually, now that you bring that up, how he always like no one, like literally all this world could be solved if everyone just looks at him, right? Right?
Yeah, no, but sometimes they would go, hey, what's up? And he'd just be like, oh, nothing. I was zoning out. I fell asleep for a second.
Yeah, like that's fine 1 or 2 times, right? If I were to do that with a friend and everything, like they zone out, I wouldn't make a big deal. But the fact that he does it constantly, right? He does this like every single time, and no one.
And it's like, hey, you were twitching a lot last week. And it's like exclusively like a freak out every time he touches his sword. Like you'd think that there'd be something up with him. Like you'd go, hey, you all right? You'd seem like your sword kind of freaking. I know we all have these magical fucking swords. Maybe there's something up with your magical fucking sword that you'd like to talk about? And if there's some kind of reaction you're getting?
If only there was some type of thing that people could write in, right? And then that you could save for later generations to learn about
the abilities of something. Some kind of
if only we were in a location where we're surrounded by this type of stuff, right, William? If only something like that exists. You know what
some kind of documentation.
right?
Like a bound,
and a
maybe even like it doesn't have to be hardcover. It could be a soft cover. It could be in a it could be in a composition book for all I fucking care.
Yeah. It could be on a USB drive. It could be in Notepad.
They could be in the Notepad. You know what? App. It would be good enough if he literally took a floppy disk and a Sharpie and then wrote on the floppy disk, "I have nightmares from my sword." That would make more sense than anything he's ever done. If he just had a blank floppy disk and just wrote, "Shadow Sword, give me bad scare." If he just wrote that, that would be more. That would give more of a fucking clue to anybody about what the fuck is going on than anything else happening.
Right. It's just so insane because we sound that this organization is 2,000 years old, right? It's just how this has been going for 10,000 years. And, like, no generations of swords would ever notice. Like, can you just imagine what the previous generation was like? With, like, the previous
if only at some point they had some kind of sharp object with which to take a stone and inscribe into it, to carve into it, written word, like the ancient cavemen Ooga Booga were able to do.
Oh my god. Yeah, but
the Flintstones had better communication than fucking the Logos organization.
I mean,
the fucking Flintstones.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, everything was lost when they got rid of the HR department. All right.
Everything was lost when Daichi Kamijo fucking tosses a goddamn holy sword right into a goddamn trash can, essentially. So when all the shit starts going down, we see that fated day for the umpteenth time. So this
is all recycled footage, right?
I mean, it's pretty much recycled. We never watched Disaster. We never actually watched Disaster kill the other two fucking riders.
Yeah.
They just kind of fall and then...
Like, a majority of the second half is just recycled.
But a majority...
insane.
Yeah. But like, when he... Like, the last little bit of him versus... of old Saber and old Caliber fighting, that's new-ish. What's weird about it, though, is that... Like... Again, Daichi Kamijo picks up the Kuriyami sword and goes, "Oh, so this was what was happening." And then, again, doesn't decide to tell anybody what the fuck is going on. And instead yeets the sword into the shadows like a freak.
Yeah.
And also, once again, this goes back to what we're talking about, how this show is where every single party involved is chasing after an 8-year-old girl. There's a scene when... So this is all interspliced scenes. Like, they filmed this footage, but they didn't know what to do with this footage. So there's a scene where Toma, young Kento, and Luna are reading, right? Then we just cut to Fukamiya in the trees, just watching them, right? So fucking bad.
Oh,
like, there's a scene where they're...
Yeah.
You go, like, it's like around, like, 12:46, right? They're just sitting there reading, but then we just cut to him in the trees, like, I don't know how far away it is, watching them. It's like a...
Kenny G just creeping on these kids.
So fucking bad.
Japanese Kenny G is just sitting there, wandering on.
So he goes after... Yeah, so, like a
true predator, like a true predator in the wild, he sees his prey, his young prey out there, and pounces.
I don't like any of these connotations.
Yeah, I don't like him either. And yet, we're supposed to feel sympathetic for him, I guess.
Were we supposed to?
That's the other thing, right?
All of this. For him.
No, we're supposed to, like, because the idea is like, oh, what else could he do? He was being told a future that he couldn't deny, and it's like, you could have just talked to somebody, like. And then Kamijo, like, has this whole thing of, like, he's trying to get some sort of, like, sympathy from Toma of, like, maybe you'll be able to figure it out. It's like, I don't know, man. Turns out that communication was the one thing you fuckers didn't try in fucking 17 fucking years.
So here's the best part. So this is the part when previous Kenza realized, hey, someone
stole I got food to run and grab. Hold on.
Tariq went to get food. All right, so you miss a lot. You miss a lot in this because so for the audience, like we're recording this after the most after the latest Saber episode, right? Hey, do you want to talk about how they just killed 10,000 people and they try to play it off as them in a story?
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, that was the whole thing that happened in the last episode. Yeah.
Did you notice that? Me and Tariq were talking about how bad it was yesterday. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, that's the best part about Saber, right? They're never gonna mention that. They're never gonna talk about how Isaac literally dusted probably hundreds of people.
Wait,
right?
Won't they? Because that was kind of a major thing, right? Because he says, "Oh, I'm gonna do this just so that people will start actually fucking starting a war."
I don't know. That's the thing. That's the thing. That's the thing. It's like Sentai. How you always fight. How he's always fight next to some Japanese building. And are there people in there? Probably yes. Probably no. Who's gonna pay for this? It's the Japanese government and the taxpayers. All right. Right? It's just so crazy how we're talking about this, how fucking Isaac just fucking killed hundreds of people, and they are probably never gonna bring it up. It's like, oh yeah, like the best part now, there's just a giant desert in the middle of Japan now, right?
Yeah,
right?
there is, yeah, and then people are gonna.
His question is like we were talking about, are they actually gonna bring this up in the next episode, which is insane, right? How that just happens, and no one's, and we're not. They're gonna make a deal out of this.
I mean, I don't like. They have to, right? Because it's just a big thing. There's no way they can't.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I do you think we're gonna get a spin-off about what happened to those
hundreds of people? If it's a spin-off, I'm gonna be pissed off if it's a fucking spin-off, man. Because
it's gonna focus on is it gonna be like a standalone spin-off, focus on a completely different random character who has never existed? Like, what happened here? I'm gonna get the bottom of this.
God, man, that's gonna be so.
Oh yeah. So I've been so I just finished watching Raven's Quest, Mythic's Quest, right? And that's a good show. The standalone episode in that series is honestly one of the best ever.
Oh, hey, I'm back.
Shit in the show. Okay, I'll talk to William about that later. Hey, stay tuned. What I'm gonna talk about is, I'm gonna use this as to get the full context of this conversation with me. Watch our spin-off series on the main series of Kikai Sentai.
If you're gonna explain it now. We're not
gonna. What's happening?
Oh yeah, I was talking to William since you were gone. I was thinking about how I just finished watching Mythic Quest.
Oh yeah.
Right? There's a standalone episode in that show that doesn't involve the main plot, and it's really good. It's one of the best things I've ever seen. But I'm not gonna mention it, and I'll save it for the main series where the audience can listen to that conversation.
Great.
Yeah. So Fukumi stole all the Rider books
and the Alter books.
Yeah, Alter Ride books and everything. And like, guess who's back? Like, guess you guys can finally do your job now. Which, once again, I didn't realize that the Megiddo finally appeared when Fukumi released it. I thought they were just like a bunch of scavenge, like random rogue ones that exist, right? I didn't realize all of the Megiddos were gone, but apparently they all been sealed for like the last 2,000 years. Right?
Yeah.
So, question, what the fuck were these swordsmen doing all these times? Were they just trading?
No,
because the way I thought it was.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is it doesn't make sense that it doesn't make sense. What was the point? Like, why were they? It seems like they had won already. Like, why were they trying to? Like, what were they trying to do? Like, I don't understand.
Like, I literally thought the Sword was just been fighting rogue Megiddos this entire time that just existed, and I didn't realize that. Oh no, apparently they all been sealed. But don't worry, hey, Storius, Storius, Legio, and Zuos are back. Our favorite boys, the Rowdy Rough boys are back
from the dead.
Yeah,
here in the past.
They get to experience life for the next 15 years of them chilling around.
You just wonder, like, what's the point of the swordsman if they're just not there, right? The Megiddo, and it's just. I don't, like, he's like, this has been a conflict that's been going on for 2,000 years, but then there's no conflict that's foreseen beforehand.
Yeah.
Like, if it was a fact like these Megiddo were already out and doing shit, but secretly in the background or something, and that was like their first major attack, then yeah, I would get it, right? But it's like, Fukumi is like, no, I'm just gonna let these guys go, let them do whatever while I go ahead and, try changing the world.
Yeah, while I kidnap an 8-year-old girl and hope no one pays attention to me.
Yeah, and it doesn't make sense. Like, what?
Hope no one sees me luring this girl into my van with tuition.
Into my magical light tube.
Mm-hmm. Like if it was like
walk into the light, small girl.
And it's Jesus fuck. But it's like it has such an easy fix too, where it could just be like maybe instead of Master of Logos.
Oh, there's a lot of easy.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of easy fixes in this. It's just like the fact that a big one though, at least because the show kind of hinges on the entire fact that there's like a 2,000-year conflict, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that. And then the thing with the having with Toma was like a major thing, right? That pushes him forward into where he is now, right? But it's just like, but then it's like, and this also hinges on the fact that because it's the Master of Logos saying, there was a 2,000-year conflict. We have all this power, we do nothing with it to stop it. So he's like, now I'm gonna recreate the world so that I can there's no more bloodshed or whatever. Even though he's he's a little cuckoo cuckoo in the head, right? But the thing is, if the Megiddo were already sealed up, there was no conflict. So what's the point of the organizations in the first place? You could just had it so that maybe he's like, I'm kind of bored of my job. I kind of want to cause a little chaos.
I feel like this could have been fixed if there was just rogue Megiddos and Fukumi released the big bags, the 3 big bags, right?
Yeah.
Right. It's like in Transformers, right?
Yeah.
Hey, you guys remember that in Transformers how there was like after I think Transformer 3. Right, how there was a bunch of rogue Decepticons still on Earth, and they're waiting for Megatron to come back. Right?
Yeah, they were just
been like that. That's what this should have been.
Yeah.
That's what this entire scenario should have been with the Megiddo. But no, apparently they all been sealed. Like every single one has been sealed up until this point. But hey, Tariq, guess what? Your favorite thing about the show is back. They decided to bring it back for you.
Yeah, no, it's bubble time. Hey, everybody. Yeah. Hey, Japan really, if there's one thing Japan knows, it's bubbles. I think I made the joke before about the fucking Japan's fucking bubble crisis of fucking like 1989 or whatever the fuck it was. But boy, they really do. They just can't get over their bubble time.
Yeah, they remember that they filmed footage with bubbles, and they're like, we gotta keep up the continuity. We have to put in more bubbles in this scene. Hey, Here's the best part. There's a line where Kamijo says, "What do you intend to do with that little girl?" All right. Yeah. I just want to point out that line.
Yeah.
Really represents where the series is heading. Right.
You put it out. That's not okay.
It's really bad.
A lot of this is bad, but oh my god.
Bro, but don't worry, Fukumi and Daimijo fights. Are like, hey, I'm gonna get the total truth. The thing that I probably should have mentioned or brought up to you, because I'm assuming this organization with the when this or everyone's close, right? They're all swordsmen and armed, right?
Yeah.
And they have bonds out, right? It's like, hey, so I have a lot of problems. And everything, right? But I'm not talking. The best part is okay. So I forgot to bring this up. There was a scene earlier when Blades, I think the original Blades, like, I've noticed Fukumiya fucking dazing off.
Yeah,
right.
Yep.
I noticed he's been writing a lot. He's been shaking. I'm not gonna bring it up until now, right?
Yep. It's almost like he noticed something and should have fucking said something. That old saying they say on the Metro, if you see something, say something? Hey, if you're in a fucking magical sword organization bent on protecting the world, you see something, fucking do something, you piece of shit.
Yeah, for people who care a bunch about humanity, they don't really take care of themselves too often, though, do they?
Yeah. Yeah, it's really bad. Like, it goes back to a problem of there's no Janet in HR. But don't worry, Daimijo and Fukumiya fight. They're like, hey, this is what's happening, and then we get scenes of Daishinji and Ogami doing their stuff. Yeah, they're off doing their stuff. But we get to see the original Espada and the original Kenza have like less than 2 minutes of screen time, I guess.
Yeah.
Right. 2 minutes of screen time. Fighting our favorite boy Disaster.
Yeah, getting killed by Disaster.
Yeah.
One shot, one kill. That's Disaster.
No. Disaster know what he was doing. Yeah, they died in one hit, which is insane.
Yeah, maybe they got a little bit paper thin after years of atrophied muscles.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Fucking puns. I don't need these right now.
Yeah.
But fucking
so Luna gets taken by the book. A recycled footage of child cast because they're like, we can't bring these child actors back. COVID's a thing. We can't get these child on set. What footage do we have of the actors that we can reuse for this scene?
Not a lot, but enough, I suppose.
Well, yeah. Then Kamijo does his new attack or whatever to steal
he
the book.
He just deletes the fucking goddamn sword. He just picks up the saber sword and throws it into the ether. Just goes, wherever.
Yeah. So they have their fight, and then Kamijo and after that big fight, they both walk away, and no one noticed them walking away, so they can have their epic, fated fight, right? Like, okay, this is the moment they've been building up to, and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then even within the last of his breath, Fukumiya still decides not to reveal anything. He's like, oh,
yeah, just touch the sword, you'll find out. Hey, one last time, touch my sword, bro. Grab my hilt.
Jesus, fuck.
Wield my blade, and you'll understand. So you'll feel what I felt.
Hold it by the grip. Just hold it by the grip.
Get down to the base.
God, why?
Give it a squeeze.
We can stop. You can stop now. You can stop.
Right? Like, the best part is as soon as Amijo touches it, he automatically sees the vision, right?
Yeah, it's the pre-TSD fucking the sword. That's how it works.
I forgot that was what we were calling it.
It's absolutely accurate. Yeah. It's not what we're calling it. It's a medical diagnosis.
I mean, if...
Yeah, so he sees that,
I won't disagree
once again, I see the destruction the future's gonna have. Should I report this to Janet in HR? Probably not.
Oh, wait, she doesn't exist. So, I'm just gonna go and, fucking... I'm gonna go MIA and just fucking go attack things.
Yeah, he doesn't bother explaining anything. And going like, hey...
Yeah, once again.
You know, he's like, oh, I'll just take on this fucking thing on my own. I was like, no, you should probably tell him what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know if you witnessed what just happened, right? Fukumiya was doing it all by himself, and that didn't end up too well for him.
Yeah.
I don't know what you...
I don't know why you think this will work better.
Right?
Yeah, but you know.
Or for the last 2,000 years, because I assume Kuriyama has been doing this with every swordsman for the last 2,000 years. Like it did it suddenly. Like.
Well, no, it doesn't because Isaac was like, this has literally happened to literally all of them up until now.
Yeah, right. But Damijo's like, don't worry, I'll break the cycle of hate, William. Some would say.
I should have never made the mention. I swear to God. Still annoyed. I'm planning on replaying that too, which is gonna kill me. But anyway, fucking.
But yeah, but don't worry. Yeah, so he's like, okay, I'm gonna become the new Caliber and everything, and I'm gonna work with the Rowdy Rough boys to figure out what's going on. I'm gonna figure out the conspiracy theory, right?
Also, it took him 15 years, right? That was the time skip for this. 15 years. Yeah, it took him 15 years to get things going.
Yeah, it took him... No. Wait. Yes, it took him 15 years to get it going once that started. Yes, that's true. Mm-hmm. He's very stupid. They're all very, very stupid. Like,
it's just, like, realistically, a lot of this should have happened a lot earlier. But, you know, we had to wait for the main characters to grow up.
The best part is when Sophia talks about how the original Blades die, right? They do a flashback of it, right?
Yeah,
but they didn't have to do that. This is all taking place at the exact... They could have just cut to
him dying, yeah.
I don't know why you need a flashback of the scene. Like, they have...
remember when we had this character?
Remember, this is like a spin-off OVA, so you're not constricted by TV time, right? Because you know how like in order to broadcast something on TV, you gotta fit it within a certain amount of times because of ad time and all that shit, right? Right. For this, this thing could have been as long as they want, but they still.
Well, it couldn't be as long as they wanted. They had to hustle off the set because the fucking lockdown was about to start.
Oh, that's right. State of Emergency Part 3 happened.
Wait, did they announce State of Emergency?
They just didn't show the original. The original Blades died. They just put it to Sophia, explaining it like, oh. Okay.
Hold on, real quick, because this is a legit question. Did they just do? Were you making a joke? Or
yes, it's Return. It's Return of the King, the State of Emergency 3, Return of the King,
okay,
and no matter who wins, we all lose.
Okay, Jesus. Fuck.
Hey, no matter how many Japanese lives are lost, the Tokyo 2020 Olympics will still happen, alright?
Yeah, I'd better see Mario carrying that. I better see Mario carrying that fucking torch. If I don't get a Mario or Sonic at the Olympic Games 2021, I'll fucking shoot. Oh boy, you know what? I will shoot a picture. I will shoot a picture of Shinzo Abe in a compromising position.
Good save. Jesus. was gonna get real. I mean, it's still kind of bad, but
hey! But that was smooth as butter. You can't believe it's not butter. That was such a smooth transition. That is such a smooth redirect of. Wait, let me change how this sentence is going. Yeah, I mean, you could even say that that was intercepted like the great missiles of Hamas in the Palestinian conflict.
Well, the best part is when Sophia explained that Blades died. The footage in black and white, even though we had footage of Zuos killing the original Blades when Rintaro explained it in color.
Just like the televisions of the people in Palestine. Anyway, okay, that's my last one.
It's fucking dropped on it. Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so everyone's
boy, this
dead.
is gonna wind up. This is gonna get me in trouble one day.
Don't worry, nobody listens to this. It's just bots from Southeast Asia.
No, these get good views and watch in comparison to other.
Okay, yeah, look. It gets good views from bots in Southeast Asia. That's what I'm telling you. Yeah. So
Hey! Now that we've all got
what side do you root for, Israel or Palestine? All right.
Hold on. Now that we've gotten our vaccines, we're all part bot too. We're all part of the system. We have our 5G. Beep boop bop. 010001.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
See, I'm part robot and I still don't understand binary. How sad is that?
Yeah. So everyone's
don't worry,
dead
nobody needs to
except
understand.
for Sound
Hey, William, it's Pride Month. There is no binary.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry. That was actually really good. That was actually really good. I actually like that. Oh my god. Never will we get another good joke like that ever again.
Yeah.
So just don't get rid of me, then you'll be fine.
It's all downhill from here.
Yeah. So Sophia's talking about how we should never let this happen again, right? Hey, what are you gonna do, Sophia? Are you gonna open up an HR department? You're gonna allow a place for employees to write complaint, like to send to anonymous, right? Have like those boxes, right? You know how companies have those anonymous complaint boxes that you can put in, right? Someone's gonna write, hey, Sword gives me bad future. What are we gonna do about this?
Yeah, somebody write it on the floppy disk.
Yeah, right. It's like Sophia's like, okay, yeah, we're gonna stop this. Like, she's like, no, you can't. Look, we can only have one insurrection. We will never have a second insurrection. All right. Right. There's no way an insurrection will ever happen again.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So then, Master Logo was like, Caliber died. And the little girl I've been searching for is gone now. So what am I gonna do? I guess I gotta wait. Right? Mm-hmm. So then we cut to 15 years later. We get new generation of swordsmen, alright?
Yeah. Hey, we should make sure this never happens again. Anyway, let me directly bring them, all of these young, impressionable swordsmen, right back to the problem of, like, the instance of problems, like, where it's gonna, like, be an issue.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so once again, new generation of swordsmen here. They don't have a new fire swordsman because, that fire sword's lost. That fire sword's lost. And you guys don't have a sword of darkness anymore. You guys don't know what happened to Caliber. Yeah. So then, we get footage of Toma getting the Reika sword and everything. It's episode one. So here's the thing. It didn't occur to me how short time span all this stuff happens, right? Because from this show, I thought that Rintaro and Kento and Ren have been swordsmen for a while, right?
Yeah.
Like probably like a year or so. But the way that this thing presents itself makes it look like they became swordsmen 5 minutes before Toma found the fire sword, right? Did you guys realize that? From the way that this thing is edited?
Yeah.
It's really bad. Like, how we just see, like, I was like, oh, what? Oh, yeah, we just got our swords. Oh, shit, some new guy also got the fire sword. How convenient, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
And then Reika Shindai, once again, our favorite character, she apparently becomes part of the around the same time this happens as well, right?
Yeah, because she just comes in and it doesn't seem like she's been with, like, the organization all that long. It's just like...
Yeah, once again, like I said, the way that the timeline is presented is really... Because I legitimately thought Reika has been... Well, not this whole time, but, like, she's been part of this organization for, like, a long time now. But the way that it's presented itself is, like, she literally became part of the organization at the exact same time Toma became Saber, right? That's like the way that this timeline is presented in the show is so bad.
Yeah, it's really confusing.
It just shows perpetual incompetence all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
Truly an organization worth insurrecting.
Jesus fuck.
Hey, this is what happens when your organization doesn't have an HR department, alright? Stuff just happens.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, so then Caliber brings back Disaster back. Oh boy, what zany stuff is Disaster gonna do? Ooh boy. Is he gonna harass some Japanese girl and obsess over her already like that? Who knows?
Oh
What's the zany adventure of Disaster now? Yeah, so then
but you know,
so then Astorius and Caliber once again plotting. They're plotting. You know, they're like, oh boy, we gotta go after Toma now. Yeah.
And then we get like Disaster coming out. Also, Disaster was locked up.
Like this ending sequence is just so fucking fastly paced. Like they just throw everything happening.
Yeah, because they're just basically
it's all just a recap.
Yeah, because it's just recapping everything we've already really seen it, but just putting in some little.
Yeah, it's literally recapping the first arc of the series.
Yeah, they're just making. They put in some extra stuff to basically make I forget his name. The second Caliber. I forget his name.
Oh, Damijo?
Damijo?
No, yeah, the second Caliber is Kamijo, yeah. It's literally just him making, like,
but
not even unique commentary over the things that we've literally seen him do already.
It's like from a different perspective. He's just telling something that's already happened, right?
It's doing it so that they're trying to make it seem like he they're making him seem a lot better, right?
Again, this is my thing. It's like they're trying to make us feel sympathetic to like either of them, and even Kento to an extent, like now, right? But it's all of them are just choosing to be fucking angsty, and like also choosing to continue to keep holding the sword that gives them nightmares. Like, just like I'm glad that they interpret it as a vision and not just fucking like, meat sweats. But like, it doesn't seem like a fuck like. Why wouldn't you just go, this is, maybe I should, you know what they need more than a fucking HR department? They need a fucking goddamn, fucking trauma therapy department. Hey, you guys are a paramilitary organization. Give your fucking warriors, your soldiers some fucking therapy.
Yeah, especially with like, because
where's my fucking healthcare?
Yeah, Kuriyami's swordsmen definitely need the fucking therapy. Because they're just constantly witnessing the destruction of the future.
Like I said, but hey, if only they knew about this dark secret of Kuriyami. If only there is some way for the other members of this organization to know about stuff, right?
Only there were
only there was like some passage for them to acquire from.
If only there was some kind of like, perhaps, some kind of adhesive that they could put on the back of a piece of paper, and maybe there was a stack of them, and it could be in all sorts of colors that could maybe tell you exactly which person wrote it, and then they could leave those some kind of like a swampy pad. You take one of these swampy pads and you slap them onto the side of your fridge, right? I know that the northern base can't afford a fridge, but they just slap them on the side of, I don't know, Sophia's fucking face or something. And then they just use that as a fucking way to tell people what the fuck is going on.
As a point of reference to get the mystery solving, right? If only there was some way for the other member of the organ to know about the fact that the Sword of Darkness, the Sword of so many plot powers, that for the other members to know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but too bad there's nothing for these characters to use to acquire knowledge about other subjects.
No, because they didn't have Yuri yet, so they couldn't know what the fuck was going on. Yeah, Yuri has all the answers. They don't have a
plot explanation. They can't visit Tassel. Tassel can't. If they visit Tassel, Tassel will just be like, oh, I don't know what's going on.
I can't tell you. I've got children on my floorboard. I'm the one keeping Luna alive.
Okay.
Yeah. So Kamijo just repeats everything we know. Literally repeats the first arc all over again.
Yeah.
And everything. It's like, okay, there we go. That's what happens in the first arc, and everything, and that's it. And then here's the best part is how he repeats stuff after he dies, right? Like, I don't think that's how it works. I don't think you can talk about subject when you're no longer part of the Earth, when you're no longer alive to be talking about, right?
Yeah.
Right? It's like they keep talking all the way up until Kento becomes the second caliber, right? But the way that it's presented, it feels like the way that this is made all seem like this is Kami Joe's narrating or telling us the event, but all these events he wasn't there for, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so second caliber comes back. I wonder who could be this mysterious character to be continued.
Yeah.
Find out in Sword Logos Part 2, right? When we find out what's going on, will we put how much more recycled footage will we use? Right? That entire second half was unneeded. Okay, of this weird first arc explanation, like we forgot about it. Literally, they could have just ended this as soon as Kami will be like, all right, I'm gonna become the new caliber now, and call it a day. Oh, okay, there we go.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean that's it. But it's a lot of rehash too.
Hey, stay tuned for Sword Logos Part 2 when we rehash the Insurrectionist arc, alright?
Jesus fuck,
just in case that people forgot what happened, alright? So, hopefully, Master Logos does not reject the committees to write a report about the insurrection, alright?
Oh my
right?
God.
A report of some
Robert Mueller's gonna do like a 6-part class at UVA, teaching people how he fucking did the report and certain obstacles that came up in their way. I wonder what they'll talk about.
Wonder of wonders, huh?
Yeah.
Wonder World.
I guess you guys want to talk about or say?
I mean, anything else?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, unless you want to talk about like, nope.
We'll talk about Raven's Quest in a different video. All right, that's it. That's the video. All right, stay tuned for Part 2 of the Sword Logo. I really don't know what else they're going to explore at this point. The Sword Logo Saga. All right, that's the best part. I don't know what is Part 2 going to tell because they feel like this
I don't know the brain damage that happened to everybody at the beginning of the series. How they all got bludgeoned in the head with a hammer before anything started. That's your initiation test.
Yeah. Alright, I wonder what's gonna happen. Alright, that's the Sword Logos. Okay, hold on, what's this thing's full name of? Sword Logo Saga. Okay, it's just called that. Okay. That's it. That's Sword Logo Saga Part 1, I guess. Stay tuned next episode when the Kira Major shows up and save the day. Oh, I thought Win was gonna have a reaction to me saying
he just died.
Oh, yep, alright. Oh, yeah, I guess he just left.
All right, William's dead again.
I'm here.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to have a reaction to me talking about Kira Major, but guess not.
No, I didn't catch it.
Oh, okay. Hey, stay tuned for Part 2 when the Kira Major shows up, all right?
Oh, God, fuck, I forgot about that. God damn it!
All right, coronavirus is still a thing. Wash your hands, wear your mask, get your fucking shots. Okay, thanks, bye.